focus a little bit. This light is not the best, but it's gonna have to do. By the way, if you're wondering, I just stripped my couch because I'm washing the covers. The kids are away this weekend. I do this every single second weekend. When the kids are here, people ask me all the time, how do you keep your couch spotless with kids? But I've mentioned this before, but this IKEA couch, actually the covers come off and you can throw them in the wash. So they're in the wash currently, and that is why they kind of looking like that. So you probably haven't even noticed, but I thought I would just explain that before I start. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that. I think I'm just a little nervous because, you know, I don't really put myself out there like this very often. So yeah, it's kind of a big step for me. I really wanted to come and talk to you guys and have like a genuine one-on-one kind of girl talk with you guys about something that's, you know, happened to me in the last week. And I thought that it could be a real testament to you guys who are kind of in a similar situation and you're kind of feeling like a little bit lost, or you don't really know the purpose of your life or where it's headed or whatever. But this is something that happened to me. I've got a fly in my house and it's super annoying. But anyway, let me stop getting distracted. This is something that happened to me in the last week. It was a huge moment for me and I thought I would just share it with you guys. How are we? I hope you guys are all doing well. I know that it's such a hard time for everybody right now. Originally, I wasn't going to upload a video this week because I just felt like, you know, it just wasn't the right time. And with everything going on right now, I didn't want to be insensitive and just give you guys like random content that wasn't really related. But I really felt like this was put on my heart to share. And I think the message is great. And I think that we could all just use a little bit of encouragement right now, wherever in the world we are. So here I am. So it's just the craziest thing. Okay, so where do I start? So maybe about like, I don't remember the exact time that I had this vision, but it was definitely before I started dating my ex. So I had this vision of me in a room. I was by myself, it was dark, and I was staring outside, or maybe I was just sitting there, I'm not sure, but I was like next to a window, and the window had blinds on it that had the vertical blinds. So not like the plantain shutters, like the really nice white ones. It was like those plasticky, you know, vertical blinds, like from like back in the day. And so the moonlight was coming through the window. I was sitting there, I was by myself, and you could see the lines across my face, and they were like kind of and the shadows were like on the wall behind me. So I had this vision. Didn't really think much of it, but it was very strong in my mind. It was almost like a deja vu, like I'd been there before, but I had no idea what it meant. It wasn't, I'm not sure if it was a dream or if it was just like a daydream or something, but whatever it was a strong vision that was like stuck in my memory, and it would come back every now and again. So let's fast forward to about 3 years into my marriage. I was pregnant with Ava at the time, and I was sitting on the couch. I think I was at my sister's place. I was sitting on the couch and the vision came back to me. Like, you know when you just remember something and you're like, why am I remembering this? So the vision of me sitting there by myself with the, you know, the lines on my face and in a dark room, it was just the strongest vision. And I looked at my sister and I was like, dude, I keep having this vision, because at this point it probably was like 2 or 3 times that it had come up and I had no clue what it meant. I looked at my sister and I said, dude, I keep having this vision. I explained it to her and we were both just like, you know, that's kind of random, whatever. We didn't think anything of it. Let's say over like a 7-year span, I've had this kind of image come in my mind like 3 or 4 times. I had zero understanding of it. It made no sense. I'm like, I'm in a marriage, like I'm about to have a child, like there's no way that I'm gonna be by myself. Like, why does this vision keep coming up? Fast forward 7 years to where I'm at right now. It's funny though, because I didn't even think about this when I moved into this house. It never even crossed my mind, but I was laying in bed the other night. It was about 1 a.m. I had my daughters in the bed with me because they still co-sleep with me. So Zoe was cuddled up on me, and it was just one of those sleepless nights. I just couldn't sleep. And usually, because it's funny because I have the blinds in my room, And usually I will close the blinds completely when I go to sleep, but I think that night I was just really tired. I didn't close them, so they were kind of like a little bit open, and I'd never done that before. I saw the moonlight, like I just looked onto the wall and I saw the lines on the wall. As I looked at my daughters, I saw the lines on them, I saw the lines on my face. It just kind of reflected, as you know, moonlight would do. It reflected the shadows onto the wall. And it wasn't until then that I realized this is the image that I kept seeing for years. For 7 years, this is the image that I kept seeing of me being by myself in a room alone. It was dark and the blinds. And it was almost like a full circle moment, because I was like, this is what God was trying to show me. And oh, I get really emotional when I talk about it, because it's like just the craziest thing. In Australia where we live, there's literally roller blinds on every window. It's very common, especially in a rental. If you go into a rental, they usually would have roller blinds unless it's like an old house. But this is a brand new house. We're the first people to live in this house. So it was very odd that they put those vertical blinds into my room. Very old school. They're not easy to use. They're really a hassle to put up and down. It's like nobody would in their right mind would choose to have those blinds over just like a regular roller blind. And if you've seen my house, you've seen that it's very modern. Every single window in this house has roller blinds except for that one master bedroom. I just get emotional thinking about it, like, oh my gosh. To me personally, that was that was a very strong, clear image from God telling me that this is where you're meant to be. This is where I wanted you. This is where you're meant to be at right now. This is the plan that I had for you. I wrote up this plan years prior. We make plans in our lives. I think that that's the path that we're meant to take, but God has a completely different vision for you, and sometimes he'll show you that vision, and at the time it won't make sense to you. It'll be completely opposite of your situation, and it won't make sense to you, and you'll question like, God, why are you showing me this? But in the end, it'll all make sense. And it was just one of those moments where I sat there in the middle of the night as I looked at my two kids and I said, this all makes perfect sense. This is where I was meant to be. I also interpreted it as like God telling me that, you know, he's got me, you know, which was so comforting. Like, he's got me. This was all part of the plan. And I think that I really needed that at the time, because you know, I was, as you guys know, I took a long break from YouTube and I was kind of feeling down, and I was like, God, like, why am I in this position? Like, I know my heart is too good to have gone through what I'd went through, you know? I was kind of overcome by like negativity, I'm not gonna lie, because I just didn't understand like why things were happening the way that they were happening. And as somebody who really strongly values like family, and you know, I had such a strong vision for my family, and God showed me that he had another plan for me, and he'd showed me all along. But it didn't make sense to me until I was like actually in it and in the position where I could reflect, that I understood exactly what it meant. So this video is going to be like my Mother's Day video, kind of showing what I did on Mother's Day. And I'm not gonna lie, Mother's Day was a very hard day for me, and I knew that putting out this video, I think that I was gonna get a lot of people kind of coming, not at me, but like saying, you know, maybe you should go back, or maybe you should try and fix things with your ex, and you know, look at the bigger picture. Like, because I get those comments a lot, where people don't trust that the decision that I'd made for myself and for my children was in our best interest. I guess I just wanted to say that before you leave a comment telling a woman to go back to a situation that you know absolutely nothing about, ask yourself, do I know enough about this situation to encourage that woman to go back to where she was? Do I know the facts? Do I know enough of her story to encourage her to go back to where she was? because sometimes things look absolutely beautiful to the outside world, but inside it's rotten. I'm an overthinker by nature. If I am about to leave a situation, trust and believe that I've thought of every reason not to leave that situation. As a woman who is 30 years old, and as a mother to 2 beautiful little girls whose happiness and well-being means absolutely everything to me, I will die over that. If you think that for a split second I did not think of the repercussions of divorce on these kids, you're absolutely wrong. I've thought about that every day. I thought about that for a very, very long time. But I also thought about the effects of staying as well. Because I look at the situation where I'm at now, and even though I am single, even though I'm by myself, I've never been happier. I've never felt more at peace. I've never felt more joyful. I've never felt more secure or heard, or, you know, all of these things. And that's not to paint a negative picture on my ex at all, because I don't want to come on here and feel like I'm giving you a reason to attack somebody, because at the end of the day, you don't know the facts, you don't know what happened, but all you know is that I feel happier. And I think that should be enough. You know, as women, I think that should be enough of a reason to leave a situation where you don't feel happy. And if anything, I think that choosing yourself and choosing your happiness is something that should be praised more among women. Whether that's leaving that job that you don't feel respected at, whether it's leaving that friendship that you feel disrespected in, or anything, any aspect of life, you know, leaving situations that you feel just aren't right for you. I think that they should be praised more, and there should be less judgment on them. Yeah, all of that to say, once you see these clips of like me at the house and I don't want anybody to be like, you need to go back there, because I've had a strong vision from God telling me personally that this is where I'm meant to be. And I stand by that 110%. It is not selfish to choose you. You know, it's not selfish at all to choose you. And it's not selfish to choose your happiness. Because in the long run, it'll definitely be worth it. I don't know what the future holds for me. And even though I'm meant to be single in this period right now, I'm not sure how long it's gonna last. Could last 3 months, could last 6 years. Who knows? But I have a comfort in knowing that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. And I'm completely okay with that. Anyway, yeah, I hope that if you heard this message, it resonates with you. And I just want to encourage you to just choose you, choose yourself, put yourself first. And it's never selfish to choose your happiness, ever. And don't let anyone tell you that you're making the wrong decision. If you know what's best for you, that's all you really need. But anyway, I've rambled about this long enough. I'm gonna go ahead and you know, fast forward to the Mother's Day footage. It was a little old, but you know, it was good footage anyway, so I'm gonna put it in here. Alright, so I'm at the house, finally. It took me a minute, but I went and got some flowers for my sister, my mom, and my friend. So I'm gonna go and drop them off right now. I'm at my mom's house actually, but her car's not even here. So that kind of sucks. My mom is such a log, bro. She's always out. Log means like someone who goes out all the time, by the way, in my language. She's just always out. Like, it's Mother's Day, can you not be home? Anyway, I'm gonna drop these off at the door, I guess, and I'm gonna go and see the girls, and then I'll drop by my sister's place afterwards and give her her presents. And she's not gonna be expecting it to, so it's gonna be kind of cute, you know? My mum likes colour, so I think I'll give her the purple ones, and I'll save these for the girls. So I'm mad that these were the only flowers left. Like, they're cute, but they kind of stink after like a couple of days. So I'm like, oh, I feel kind of bad because they're not going to smell amazing. I think they're like kale flowers or something like that. But the florist was so packed, like literally the line was all the way around the corner. Hi, Nims.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello.
Hi, Dad. How are you?
Happy and happy.
Happy Mother's Day to me.
Mother's Day to Mom. How are you?
What about me?
Come, happy birthday. I'm trying to ring happy birthday to you, Mom.
Happy birthday, happy Mother's
birthday
Day.
to you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent. Excellent. You have been so... Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yes.
Oh, I look nice?
Yeah.
Thanks, Nim.
You've been so wonderful, Mom.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
So blessed, Mom.
You're so cute. Thank you.
Bless you. Do you have a key for our house?
I don't have a key for your house.
You don't have a key for my house?
No.
Here you are.
Oh, yes, present.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good, 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 good. Dressed elegantly well.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I think we're all used to quarantine me.
Yeah.
That when I actually dress up, I actually look like I'm actually about my business for once.
You're your business. You are getting this photo with this young old man. Yeah.
You look great, Dad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have to run because I have to go see the girls
Where the girls are?
at Jamie's house. It's his weekend, so I'm visiting them today to have lunch.
How things up there?
Yeah, they're good.
Good.
Yeah, things good.
Yeah, you've been inspirational. You've been well beloved mom.
Aww.
Yeah, wonderful and blessed. Yeah.
Dad, you're cute.
Wonderful and blessed mom. Yeah.
Cute. Thanks,
okay,
Dad.
you've been looking after the girls very well.
Thank you, Dad.
Good, good.
I
good,
appreciate
good.
it.
Yeah, pride of having you as a lovely young mom.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry, Dad.
Good.
You're so cute.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you sure I can have this key? Do you
Yeah.
have a spare one?
Yeah.
All right, Dad.
Bye, love.
Bye, love.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
You guys, how cute was my dad? Oh. He nearly made me cry. It was so sweet. Sometimes, like, even though I know I'm doing a good job as a mom and, you know, I know I'm doing the best I can, sometimes it's just nice to hear someone say, like, I'm proud of you, you're doing amazing. So that was really nice. It completely made my day. I feel 10 million times better now. Like, I was feeling good before, but I'm feeling like so much better now. Oh, I didn't show you guys my outfit, by the way. This blazer right here is actually from Savers. I got it for like $6. And this belt I've had for years. And then I'm just wearing like bike shorts. And then this bag from Misguided. It's kind of like a Dior ripoff. So yeah, that's my outfit of the day. Anyway, let's go and see the girls. I'm so excited.
Mommy, we made you a card. We made you a card, Mommy.
Oh, you guys look so cute.
Mom, I made a card for you. I made a card for you.
Thank you, my
Hey, Mommy, I made a card for you.
Let me see.
Daddy, get the card.
Okay.
Hi, Jamie.
Mom, guess what? My grandpa got for me a new Lego to my room.
What?
That's a new Lego. But it's like a jewelry box. So you can lock it or open it.
What? That's so cool.
I know.
Papa hugs, guys.
Oh my god, I missed you guys. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Thank you, my sweetheart.
Happy Mother's Day.
You're so sweet. Thank
Happy
you.
Mother's Day.
Thank you, darling.
Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Thank you, sweetheart. You're so
Happy
sweet.
Mother's Day.
Oh.
Happy Mother's Day.
Is it Mother's Day today?
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Happy Mother's Day. Mommy.
Can I see it?
Mommy, open my one first because my one says my name.
Let me see.
Because it's for me.
Happy Mother's Day, love, Ava. Oh, and you even wrote your name. Is this me, you, and Zil?
No, this is Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Very, and that's for you.
Oh, sweet.
Ta-da!
Oh, thank you, Zozo. Can I see your drawing?
Yes. Ta-da!
It's beautiful.
Look. Look. Mom, come and see a beautiful thing about your Mother's Day.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, let's go.
Into the kitchen.
Okay guys, so it's about the end of the day. I just drove down to Paula's place. I'm outside right now. I'm just gonna head in real quick and just give her these flowers and the chocolate and stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to wrap up the video. I know that it wasn't really a long one. There wasn't too much happening in today's video. Well, obviously I spent the time with the girls, but I didn't really vlog much of that. I just wanted to see them and spend some time together, so it was nice. It's gonna be a bunch of people like asking what's going on with me and Jamie, like what's the situation like. Honestly, like it's been a long road. But I think at this point, like, we're both just really dedicated to you know, co-parenting and, you know, making sure that the girls feel the love from both of us. So, you know, it's you know, it hasn't been easy, but I think that we're finally kind of getting the hang of this co-parenting thing, which is good. It's just so weird though, being in that house. Like, I don't know, I can never really get used to being in that house without it being my house, you know what I mean? Like, so weird being in a home that you designed and then having to... Oh, my sister. It's weird being in a home that you designed and then having to, you know, ask permission to use the toilet, or, you know, is it okay if I make myself a cup of tea? Like, it's so weird to like ask those questions. It's a bit of an emotional one today, but we got there in the end. I feel like just getting dressed and putting on makeup, doing my hair, wearing an outfit for once kind of made me feel like a lot better. And I was just like, you know what, he was a badass bitch, okay? Basically. I'm gonna go and give Paula these flowers. I'm sure she'll be really excited to get some. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Bye.